to try to make better choices when we're conscious. And what do I mean by conscious? I mean our brain is aware. We slow down and we think about what is actually going on. Why do I make this decision? Your brain makes so many decisions on a daily basis, you actually aren't aware of all of them. Okay, so we're going to talk about biases and stereotypes that exist in the world.
Teenagers are reckless.
Teenagers are reckless.
Women are too emotional.
Women are too emotional. This is keep it rolling, man.
White men can't dance.
That's my husband.
Just saying.
You may need to attend this class,
Yeah.
not facilitate this class. Okay, I can dance.
All Hispanics are Mexican.
All Hispanics are Mexicans. What else? What other stereotypes exist?
African American women are loud and aggressive.
Okay, African American females are loud and aggressive. Okay? What else?
All millennials are lazy.
All millennials are lazy. All millennials are lazy. Okay. What else?
All women put the clothes out for the husband to choose a tie in the morning.
All women put out their husband's tie to choose the one.
I got one.
There are a lot of stereotypes about women in their hair, or just hair in general.
Absolutely, there is. And can you maybe give more of an example of that? Because
There are stereotypes with people who wear dreads, people who have colored hair, various colors, women who wear extensions or wigs without understanding. There are people who have cancer that may be the reason why they're wearing extensions or wigs, and so there's a lot of stereotype regarding hair.
I'm glad you said that. That's
your
very
brain, although it's probably more advanced than mine, you were able to go through and read each word, and you did it correctly. Did he get any word wrong? I don't think so. You've seen all those words before. Your brain was able to formulate what you believed it was trying to say, and you got it right. But what happens when our brain gets it wrong? Right? That's why we're here today. What happens when your brain takes a shortcut and it's not right?
I get in my car and I'm heading towards police headquarters. There's traffic. I'm trying to get through traffic. I hear over the police radio in one of the neighboring districts that there's a collision. There's a two-car crash, and the only information available to me is that there's a two-car crash and there is a language barrier between the two drivers. One of the drivers does not speak English. I pass the crash and I pull up and I see a white lady off to the side. Her car is all wrecked and she's standing with an officer from that district. And then I see an Asian female off to the other side of the street, and her car is all wrecked and she's standing there with her papers in her hand just kind of looking around, and there's no officer with her. So now I got like three or four things going that help to create a trap, and I'm in a bad mood. So I get out and I walk up to the lady, not even thinking, and what do I know? What came over the radio? Two-car crash, language barrier. I walk up to the Asian lady and I go, "Are you okay? Do you need an ambulance or something? Are you injured? Are you hurt?" And she just looks at me and goes, "Yeah, I'm fine." That lady's Russian and she doesn't speak English. Right? So when we talk about, now, I don't have like some dislike or, it's just I saw an Asian person and I saw a white person. I'm like, oh, she must be the one that's not. And instead of just slowing down and speaking to her in a normal tone and giving her the chance to say, maybe, "Oh, my English is not so good," I just went and barked in her face because I was in a rush and I had things to do and I looked like an idiot. And that was like way after I started teaching this class too. This wasn't before. So that's a fast track.
Who here has an iPhone? Raise your hand if you have an iPhone. Okay, put your hands down. Who here has an Android? Representing. Okay, so sir, I'm going to have to pick on you because you made some noises. Why? You have an Android? Why do folks here have iPhones?
Because they're not smart enough to.
When I had the microphone, I want you to say that in the microphone. Because people who have iPhones aren't smart enough. That's what you just said. iPhone users. Who has an iPhone? Okay, you're a genius, so I'm going to ask you. Why? So you just called him not smart. Why do these folks have Androids?
They're too cheap to buy them.
They're cheap to buy an iPhone. Hey, I thought this was a good
back to the in-group, out-group behavior. When she says, Allison looks like a sweet girl, what was she really saying? Allison looks like me, right? So she's in my in-group. So she had to be doing something good. The other girl doesn't look like me. She's in my out-group, so she must be stealing money.
Yeah, we were talking about hiring new employees and how a lot of times it gets talked about how are they going to fit in with the team, how are they going to fit in with the group, and how being aware of what interpersonal skills, interpersonality of an office is important, but being aware of your biases and how they affect how you think, person X is going to fit in with the team. And then, as Beth was saying, that when you keep thinking like that and hiring people along that vein, then you just continue to get more of the same. And you need to maybe change up thinking when hiring in order to progress and get different, better results.
Okay.
What comes out of a lit cigarette? White part of an egg is a? The white part of an egg is a? All right, well, no one gets a prize. This is the concept of priming, right? In a matter of 10 seconds, we primed you to say yoke, even though you knew yoke wasn't the answer. So this is kind of like a funny, lighthearted example of priming, but there are much more sinister examples out there. And whether that is, I always use, for my other world of policing, that officer that goes out on the street every day, and the descriptions put over the police radio in certain neighborhoods are always the same, day after day after day. So then when that officer is not on a call and not looking for a specific person, they might tend to see everybody as a suspect because their brains have been primed to think that way. So think about in your own workplaces how you might be primed and your brain might fall into it.
So when you look at this and you break that down and how that works, Barb knew that in her particular situation, her identity was important, right? And she wanted to be seen in kind of a positive light. So she actually changed her behavior. She changed her dress because she was. Were you meeting new individuals, Barb? Were they new people?
Yes.
So you're meeting a new group of friends, possibly. You wanted to be kind of liked, right? So you changed your behavior. For you, you wasted how much on camo, right? You probably never wear that again. Next time you teach, I want you to teach that.
I think I threw that outfit out.
Imagine that. Now imagine if we change your behavior in maybe not so nice of a way, right? And that's when we talk about implicit bias and knowing what the stereotypes are. We have to talk about how our behaviors changed and how they can possibly lead to negative changes.